So we're on our way to Bifeng Gorge now, and it's only around 15-20 minutes or so outside of Ya'an town. And you can already see the mountains and the river flowing below us. But honestly speaking, the most important thing for me is to visit our little black and white friend, the giant panda, which I'm really looking forward to.
Bifeng Gorge is a pretty big place, and you need at least a full day to get the most out of it. Although we drove here, you can just as easily catch a direct bus from Ya'an's tourist bus station. A ticket covering entry to the zoo, gorge and panda sanctuary will set you back around 200 RMB, and the reserve is open from 8 in the morning to 7 in the evening.
So this is the proper entrance to the Bifeng Gorge, and as you can see, I need to take this stairway through the clouds. Let's go.
The gorge itself is composed of two smaller gorges in a V-shaped pattern, with the left branch at 7 kilometers long and the right one slightly shorter at 6 kilometers.
So people come to Bifeng Gorge to see this kind of beautiful scenery and the many waterfalls inside. And you can take one of two routes to take a hike around this valley. If you take the right route, it takes roughly an hour, but I'm going to go for the left one, which takes 4 hours because I'm feeling pretty energetic today. Let's go.
This place is perfect for forest exploration and orienteering, and for those of you more partial to risk-taking, bungee jumping and rock climbing are also common activities here.
So for those of you who are quite tall, you might want to watch your head when you walk along this path. And it's also quite slippery below as well, so watch your step. Don't just marvel at this gorgeous scenery. This is the 1,000-stage waterfall, and it's pretty spectacular now, but I've been told that if you come here during summer, water will cover this entire wall and all you'll hear is the roar of gushing water.
It's pretty easy to guess how the 1,000-stage waterfall got its name, and there are a number of other cascades within the scenic area also worth visiting. Bifeng Gorge's best features are its falling waters and lush forests, and walking along the trails, you might just find yourself very quickly losing track of time.
So I've got my camera at the ready. We're inside Bifeng Gorge, the nature reserve inside, and we're off to see the carnivorous animals. We've got this van here that have little holes for you to put food through. So hopefully this is going to protect us. It feels like a prison, but I think we're going to be safe inside. Just don't put your hand through this hole. Remember that, remember. Do you know, we've not had lunch yet, so this is looking very tasty to me. Oh, no, we'll save it for the lions now. Come on. Because you've got a longer tongue than that. Ah, that was incredible. You guys have to do this when you come here.
It was exhilarating to feed the tigers and moon bears, and sitting there in the car, you're so close to them that you'll even feel the mud from their paws getting spattered onto your face. Just remember not to wave their food around and agitate them, as they can push your van over and try to get more than just a snack on a skewer. Gruesome endings aside, the next part of the zoo gives visitors the best opportunity to get up close and personal with its animals.
So we've arrived at the birds garden of Bifeng Gorge. Let's go inside.
Essentially a huge aviary enclosed by a mesh ceiling. It's a paradise for bird lovers and a great place for people of all ages to come. While I'm no expert, my limited knowledge of avian kind tells me there were cranes, cormorants, pelicans, herons and swans, to name but a few.
If you look at his eyes, he's got really clear black eyes and then this kind of red crest on top. It's really beautiful. There we go.
Feeding the birds is a great way to interact with them. And best of all, I got to do it without the nagging fear of losing a finger to ferocious carnivores.
哎，你好，我买一个这个。好，好好，谢谢。So this might look like it's for babies, but actually it's not. It's fish feed, and for around 5 RMB or so, you can feed it to them through this bottle, which, yeah, probably not for humans. It's a bit like feeding a baby, except slightly more vicious. I'm not a father, but it's giving me preparation for later in life.
走了，看熊猫去了。
小朋友一颗来，一颗来。哎呦 ！There you have it. There you have it. He's looking just like a panda, lazily walking about.
Okay, maybe I did get a bit overexcited, but this is one of the best places to see pandas in China. Ya'an's climate and its abundant bamboo forests make for a perfect panda habitat. In fact, the giant panda was actually discovered in Ya'an almost 140 years ago by a French missionary named Armand David. With over 150 giant pandas, including those moved from Wolong, Bifeng Gorge has one of the largest numbers of pandas in captivity in the world. There's even a research institute here to study breeding, and if you're lucky, you might just get to see newborn pandas.
I've been told that these pandas are around 1 or 2 months old, and it's hard to imagine that they're this size now, but they used to be around just the length of my index finger when they were first born, and then they grow into the huge pandas we saw earlier. That's some pretty fast growth.
Having had a long and eventful day at Bifeng Gorge, it was about time for us to finally head back into town.
So over the past few days, we've come to realise why Ya'an's called the rainy city, and also seen some of the lovely ladies Ya'an's famous for. But there's one more thing we mustn't miss before we leave, and that's to try Ya'an's specialty dish. It's fish. Let's go eat.
This particular kind of fish can only be found in the Zhougong River, a branch of the Qingyi River that flows through Ya'an. With its tender and delicate meat, this is Ya'an's signature dish, and mine is coming to me in the form of a fish stew.
Ah, that smells good. 那个，请问为什么上来就给一个鱼头啊？
因为雅鱼头是雅鱼的标志，它的头盖骨里面有一个跟宝剑一样的头骨。
这个就是这个宝剑。
有蓝色的。
哦。哦，哇哦！
好，这就是从雅鱼头上取出来的宝剑，
好，
没有天然的，没有经过打做的。
哎，好，好好，谢谢。This is the symbol of Ya'an fish. It really does look like a sword, doesn't it? But I'm too hungry, so I'm gonna have to dig in. Cheers, guys. Oh, that is good stuff.
Legend has it that the Chinese creation goddess Nuwa accidentally dropped her sword into the river below as she repaired the heavens. Ya'an fish were born from this, and as proof have a perfectly formed blade and sword hilt in their heads.
Would you look at that? That's my special little present from this restaurant.